Week 2, fragrance check-in. First off, we have Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Sun. Light Blue Sun is a citrus, aromatic, and ozonic fragrance in the top. In the mid, it has woody, coconut, musky accords. In the base, it's going to dry down to a powdery, earthy, and vanilla scent. This is great for leisure wear, especially if you're going out by the pool, or even a great vacation fragrance that you can pack in your bag to wear while you're on the beach. I wore this for Sunday since my family and I celebrated Labor Day as we traditionally do by cooking up some nice food like barbecue ribs, macaroni and cheese, baked beans, etc. We then filed out to the pool where we spent most of our afternoon into the evening, and this fragrance just beautifully wafted throughout that 90-degree air while I enjoyed my Sunday with my family for Labor Day. So for Monday, that's Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun Pour On. For Tuesday, I wore Yves Saint Laurent Y Eau de Toilette. Y EDT is an aromatic, fresh citrus fragrance in the opening and transitions to a fresh, spicy, amber, green scent profile in the mid with aldehydic, fruity, woody, warm, spicy accords in the dry down. This is another great leisure fragrance that you can wear out and about, as well as you can sport this to work if you wanted to. The versatility on this fragrance is amazing, and if you're looking for something that isn't as sweet as the EDP, the Live, or even the Le Parfum, then reach for the Eau de Toilette that started it all. I like to take it easy on Mondays. That said, I generally go for a fragrance that's going to be easy to reach for, hence why I grabbed Y EDT. It has an above average performance, smells amazing, and if you're in the mood for some compliments, this will definitely snag you a few. Also, this is another great pineapple fragrance. It's what gives this fragrance its fruitiness in the mid to far dry down. So for Tuesday, I wore Yves Saint Laurent Y EDT. As Wednesday rolled around, I wore Creed Aventus Cologne. Aventus Cologne is a citrus, woody, musky, warm, spicy fragrance in the opening. It moves into a leather, aromatic, powdery fragrance in the mid, and the far dry down, it becomes more of a smoky, fruity, sweet fragrance. As far as daytime scents, this fragrance does it all. From being a great work scent, from being a great leisure scent, from being a great mature and classy scent. It gives a nice impression that you know what you're doing as far as picking out your fragrances. It has a hefty price tag, and though you can pick up countless clones inspired by fragrances, in my opinion, this is well worth the price. I wore this fragrance on Tuesday because I wanted to compare it to the original Aventus that I wore last week. I wanted to see if I love this version as much as I do after I wore the original, and I gotta say, I much more prefer the cologne flanker. I like the citrus, spicy, effervescent sensation you get when you first spray on the fragrance. I think that it was a good call to add the orange instead of the pineapple to the cologne because, like I mentioned, that sparkling citrus sensation that reminds me of whenever you're peeling back the rind of an orange, those oils that is expressed into the air flooding into your nostril just does it for me. It lasts all day, and again, it's just a classic green yet easy to wear fragrance. Aventus Cologne by Creed for Tuesday. For Wednesday, I wore 1 Million Cologne. In the opening, 1 Million Cologne is a citrus, rose, aromatic marine fragrance. It dries down to the mid as a warm, leather, woody fragrance. It has patchouli, floral, and a fresh, spicy accords in the base. This fragrance was launched in 2015 and is now discontinued. If you can get your hands on this fragrance, this is a great, fresh alternative of the 1 Million line from Paco Rabanne. Though a cologne, it definitely has performance as far as projection because whenever I wore this the time before last, I approached a clerk at the gas station hours after applying, and she complimented me on smelling great and asked if I was planning on picking up plenty of women because this fragrance will do that. Lastly, I like the floral accord that the note in this fragrance adds to its character. I'm going to be cheesy when I say this, but there's more than meets the eye when it comes to this fragrance, which is why I wore 1 Million Cologne on Wednesday. For Thursday, I wore Acqua di Gio Profondo. Profondo opens with aromatic marine citrus accords. Heading into the mid, the fresh, the spicy, the woody notes become more prominent before heading into the dry down where it becomes a mineral, salty lavender fragrance. This fragrance is 3 years old and still smells like it came out yesterday. I don't know what it is about the oils in this fragrance mixing with the chemistry of my skin, but it always seems to get an extreme amount of compliments for me whenever I wear this fragrance. A lot of people seem to refer to this fragrance fragrance as a modernized version of the Acqua di Gio DNA that was originated almost 30 years ago, but I think the EDP that came out last year is a more modern take on that DNA. It's been a minute since I've worn this fragrance, so I decided to wear something blue and aquatic because I'm pretty sure it rained Thursday, and I don't know why, but I like to wear blue aquatic fragrances when it's raining out. I've been that way since I was rocking body sprays back in 2016 and 2017. I had the Calvin Klein Aqua body spray that I used to rock back then. I just feel like it's something about the rain that brings these aquatic fragrances to life, which is why I wore Acqua di Gio Profondo by Giorgio Armani on Thursday. So as we head into Friday, and if you don't know, Friday is my favorite day of the week. So, you know, I'm screaming TGIF every single Friday, alright? So for Friday, I'm wearing Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Bleu de Chanel Parfum is going to open with the woody, citrus, and aromatic profile. It starts to warm up in the mid from the amber, fresh, spicy, powdery accords before heading to the dry down of the warm, spicy, lavender, and green accords. This fragrance came out 5 years ago, and I've been sleeping on this fragrance for that long. I was 100% content with the EDP because I felt that that was a nice, happy medium between the EDP as well as the Parfum. Also, suffice it to say, I thought that maybe it couldn't get any better than the EDP for quite some time. To be honest, I thought that the Parfum was just a cash grab until I actually pulled the trigger, and I fell in love from the addition of the lemon zest, the pineapple, as well as the tonka bean, warming up the Bleu de Chanel DNA. It's been about a month since I've worn this fragrance because it's been way too hot lately. Yesterday, on Friday, it was actually in the upper 70s, low 80s, and I decided to bring this out because I was missing how zesty, smoky, and luxurious the Parfum smells. This is hands down the most refined and the smoothest flanker of the line. It's nearing the $200 price range for a 100ml bottle of the Parfum, but I promise you, you'll forget all about that price tag after you've worn it at least twice. Bleu de Chanel Parfum is an amazing night out, date night, mature fragrance, which is why I wore this on Friday. And lastly, for today, which is Saturday, Versace Dylan Blue. Versace Dylan Blue's main accords are amber, citrus, fresh, spicy, musky in the opening. In the mid, we have an aquatic, warm, spicy, woody accords before drying down to a fresh, aromatic, and smoky base. Dylan Blue is a fuchsia fragrance that I think a lot of guys should at least get their nose on whenever dabbling in the blue genre. I can see where this fragrance has taken a few inspirations from Bleu de Chanel, which was the pioneer of the blue fragrance craze that took the Fragcon by storm from its ambery, smoky, and warm spicy scent profile. Though some recommend this fragrance for the more younger crowd, this is a great affordable fragrance for a lot of men who just want to smell good without murdering your pockets, as well as having a fragrance that is as versatile and as mass pleasing as they come. Also, I like matching my fragrances with my outfits, as crazy as that sounds. So that means if I want to wear something blue and gold, I'm going to reach for this gem right here because I feel like this is going to match the shirt that I plan on wearing out today, because it does have a nice mysteriousness to it that'll go along with the skull on my shirt, as well as being equipped to have a playful nature to it should you ever decide to adopt that characteristic for the day, which is why today this is going to be my fragrance for Saturday. Versace Dylan Blue for Saturday. Alright guys, that's going to be it for me, and I appreciate y'all tuning in to check out my video for my week 2 fragrance check-in, and I would like to make that a more consistent thing. Week by week I will follow up with what I've worn throughout the entire week, and in turn I would like for you all to hit me up in the comment section and let me know what y'all thought about my fragrances that I've worn, as well as whatever fragrances you all decided to wear and why. And yeah, maybe we can bounce back some ideas, you know, to what we can pretty much wear for the upcoming week and whatnot. And then, you know, we can go from there. Alright? So don't be afraid to leave a like if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And check that bell icon so you can be notified every time I drop a new video. And I appreciate your all's viewership again, as well as your subscription. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Alright? Peace.